Welcome back to what I worked on this week. It's 4:10, I believe, when this video is going to be launched. We went to go see the grandkids, so that kind of took away a whole weekend and a couple extra days. So this week was a lot of prep work and a lot of preparing work, and some weeks are just like that. I have stuck to my schedule this week of doing a half an hour every day on the large piece. You'll get to see some progress on that. I also got some progress on being able to fix a charcoal piece so I don't have to put glass on it so I can varnish it. Made some progress on that, had some successes and some failures. So anyhow, it's going to be fun. Let's get started. Welcome back to what I worked on this week. I am still in the process of trying to figure out how to be able to seal my pieces so I don't have to use glass. And so these are basically just extra pieces to work on. I did, as you saw last time I worked on, I put kind of two together and wanted to see how those worked. Now I'm working on another few. In just a second here, I'm going to show you how those came out. And spoiler alert, a little on the disappointed side. Part of it went really, really well. Another part did not go so well. So we are creating some new just abstracts so I can see how it all works with the new idea that I have. I'm going to explain to that new idea in just a second, but I want to create some like carved out shapes. It's kind of fun. You can see how I paint when I go in and do things. I'll take these out, blow it off, and see what I think about these. And obviously these will be fine, but now I get to experiment with it a little bit. This is how it came out, which is awesome. It says that I can all day long, right? It's just not going to come off on my hand. That's already dirty stuff. Let me do my palm. See, nothing's come up. It's solid. Fingernail. My fingernail, I can dent the wood just like anything else. But what I didn't like about it is that after I sprayed the first coats onto it and it sealed it, and that did a great job. I had to clean my airbrush, and I've got a bigger nozzle for this next run. I did a brushed on, and you can kind of see it here, brushed on gloss varnish. And because I don't work with pencil, I work with charcoal, and charcoal's not necessarily super flat and super smooth. You're going to have chunks of it. I don't know if you can see this, but when you get to the sides, it looks like it's dust. And it looks horrible. It looks dirty. You know, it looks dusty. And it's not, and it's just the charcoal. It's not dusty. It's just that the paper and the charcoal are collecting that gloss. So I did not like that at all. So that I'm going to go after, actually I have some matte varnish, and I'm actually going to try to run that through my airbrush with the bigger nozzle. I'm going to kind of try to dilute it like an 80-20, 80% of the varnish, 20% water, and see if that doesn't do the trick, and try to do several layers. This one was done that way. You can see sprayed it, and this time I did a matte spray varnish, but the spray varnish can leave a little bit of texture in certain areas. You can kind of see it a little bit, and I don't like that either. It's not the way it should be. It should be, you know, when you look at my pieces, there's no funky blot texture. There's paper texture, but no funky blot texture anywhere. You might see it a little bit here with the paper. So maybe, you know, a 70-50, but it's just a little, it feels like it's a little too much in this areas here where you can see the spots. So that's how that turned out. Next up is I'm keeping to my little schedule and working a half an hour every day to rework this piece and get it ready for the show in October. And so what I've been really focusing on is the trees, getting back all the detail that I had lost in shipping when it wasn't fixed very well. Now that I'm doing the new stuff. But anyhow, just all I'm doing, half an hour every day at least, minimum. Sometimes it's a little bit longer, but just getting all that texture back into the piece. Even doing a little bit of highlights, working on some darks. But she's coming along. What you see here is my mole stick, and it's kind of cool. I have it on a piece of wood that goes left and right, and it can also swivel back and forth. And then on the bottom, it swivels on that wood. So obviously I can move it all left and right, and it's just a great place for me to rest my hand when I'm working on things like this. So kind of cool. And maybe I'll do an update on how I more in-depth video on that. But anyhow, it's been going good. I'm excited. It's having a good time. It's good to get started on it. A lot of times in a week, it's not about the production of actually doing the work, but it's preparing for the next step. And so this one was one of the big ones. This took me some time, as I had to tear this whole thing apart. Because the last test, I realized that my needle was a small one. It was I think it was an NH1 or an NH3. I moved it to an NH5, the biggest one that came with the kit when I bought it used on Facebook Marketplace. So anyhow, I've taken this whole thing apart, used this to make sure that I can get in there. So I took the whole thing apart, ultra cleaned it so that I can come in and actually spray this guy so I can prep him for the gold that I'm going to be putting on him. And this has got to go out next week for a show. So I've ordered the frame and cross my fingers I can get it done. I might even have to overnight it or second day air it to get it to the show on time. So kind of a bummer. This one here I've been working on, mostly kind of pushing this neck back a little bit. It was a little forward, and just more lights, more darks, just back and forth, back and forth. So many little things, but coming along nice, I think. I'm having a good time with it. Here's the other prep for more experimentation. And I think I have a video where I'm going to show this at the end, of where I actually created these abstracts. But it's just, I did 2 of them so that I can actually go to the next step. For me, the next phase is going to be, I tried to do a brushed on varnish, and I think I've shown you that, and I did not like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a watered, like an 80-20 or a 90-10 of varnish through my airbrush, and boy, I'm gonna have to clean it good after that to see if that works any better. So anyhow, thank you for watching, and just remember, the only thing we can really do is draw. Just draw. Again, thanks for watching, and please share, like, follow. Anything helps. Thanks. Bye.